This is actually part two of two parts. So if you missed the first part, check the link below and give us a watch. Thanks. Enjoy the video. Bye.
Man.
Oh.
Okay. So day one, that was a day and a half. And thank goodness I had the most comfortable bed to sleep on. It
That
was
is good.
so
Good.
comfy and I
Good.
slept so Penny was wanting to set up a TV for me so I could watch TV and all that. And
YouTube.
I was like, trust me, I don't think I need it. She goes, well, I'll just, I'm like, no, 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 no. Believe me,
Because I know you like to
I am
watch
that
YouTube and stuff.
I do, and I like to watch TV, and it helps me drift off to sleep. But I'm like, no, I don't think it's necessary, and it wasn't. And I was, we were beating feet
Mm-hmm.
everywhere,
I'm
all
so
over
tired.
Hollywood, California, and I
Yeah.
was tired, and I was a happy tired, and so I slept right away, and I slept hard, and I slept really good. So, thank you. It
Oh, you're
was
welcome.
a wonderful, wonderful night's sleep. So next day, uh, you had an appointment
Oh,
that you had to do first thing in the morning, and
right.
so
You
that was
relaxed. Mm-hmm.
that was nice. It gave me a chance to relax and take it easy
Mm-hmm.
and take my time and go slow. So then I get a couple of texts. She goes, "What do you want to do?" And I'm like, I don't know. I almost feel like we did everything. And so she's like, Universal Studios, and I was like, heck yeah, let's do that. So we went to Universal Studios in Hollywood, and there's at Universal Studios in Florida, in Orlando, and we've been there
Mm-hmm.
before. But Universal Studios in Hollywood is a bit different because they have the backlot tour,
Mm-hmm.
studio tour, and there's no studios in
Florida.
in Florida.
I
At
thought there
least I
were
don't.
some. I
At
think there
least I
were.
don't think so.
Oh. Mm-hmm.
Um, Not to the extent. I mean, they
Oh
don't
yeah,
make movies
they
like they
do.
do.
Yeah, they do actual shows here and stuff. It's yeah.
Yeah, they do
Mm-hmm.
TV shows, they do
Yeah.
movies, and in Florida, they might do some, not Nickelodeon, but just regular small TV shows, small productions. So, anyways, we got to do that. We got to do the backlot, and it was so much fun.
Wasn't it?
And
Yeah.
we went through the Harry Potter. I wanted to do it here in Florida, but I never got a chance to. So I got to do the Harry Potter world and Universal Studios. I was like, wow,
That was
all the
really
gift
nice.
shops and everything was really cool. Penny's never seen the movie. We need to encourage her to watch the movie, and maybe we'll watch the movie together on her channel. Let us know in the comments if
We'll
you think
see.
that's a good idea and you'd like to see that. But she's never read the books and
I don't
she's
read.
never watched the movies because she don't read.
Yeah, I
But
don't
she's
read.
made it this far in life, so without reading.
I don't like to read books. I'll read like, stuff, but not really books. And Harry Potter's not really my genre. I like, comedy. I like fast cars, sci-fi, things like that. So,
Mhm. I know it's fantasy, but
yeah.
it's a good story. So, anyways, um, we went to Universal and we saw that, and then we went through The Simpsons,
Oh
the
yeah.
little
That was
town.
so cute. I love that. That's my favorite.
That was
Yeah.
a lot of fun,
Hmm.
and it was very humorous, and it was pretty cool. And
Yeah.
then we went and did the studio tour, right?
Hmm. Yeah.
And so
The
we saw
tram.
Jaws.
Hmm.
Went to King Kong and the dinosaurs.
Hmm.
Remember that? Oh
Yeah.
my gosh, that one
Yeah,
shook me up.
that
Did
was
it
kind
scare
of
you?
shaky. Well, I had been on it before, but it was
Oh,
kind of
okay.
shaky. Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, I was like, holy cow. I mean, talk about the suspension of belief. You think, gee whiz, it's like I really feel like this dinosaur has to come and eat me. I'm right here. So that was a thrill. That was a lot
It
of
was
fun.
fun. Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
we saw the backlot, all the westerns
Hmm.
and suburbia and all of those things, and the props and all of that stuff.
The
And that was pretty
airplane,
neat.
the crashed
Yeah,
airplane, and stuff like that. Yeah.
that was from Nope, wasn't it? That
Was
movie
it?
Nope.
I
I
thought it
think so.
was some Tom Cruise movie. No. I don't remember what he said.
I don't remember.
Yeah.
I think it was from Nope.
Oh, okay.
I think.
Shows how much
Anyway,
I paid attention.
there was a lot to
It's a
take
lot to
in.
take in.
Yeah, but it was just like so interesting, and
Hmm.
everything was like, wow, it's amazing how they make everything look so real. But then that plane was a real plane.
Hmm. They bought it and they like, tore it
It,
up and stuff. Yeah.
yeah, it was an old plane that
Hmm.
was decommissioned, and they bought it, and
Hmm.
you know, made movie magic out of it.
Yeah. And do you remember the Psycho, the Psycho scene with the house?
Oh gosh, yeah, that was so fun. I was, jumped out of my skin
I
with
know.
that one.
I know because he was like chasing us. And then they had the flood water and all that coming down. Yeah,
from
it was pretty
from
cool.
earthquake or
Hmm.
something like that. Yeah,
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
that was pretty cool. Yeah, they had something similar to that to Universal
Hmm.
Studios.
Right.
Um, but yeah, that was pretty fun.
Hmm.
You know, I expected that one. That one I knew. So,
And then,
eh,
oh, and Dracula.
oh
Remember
yeah,
Dracula?
do you have a picture of that one?
I don't know if we do, but it's a Dracula that walks around, right? He came behind me and then I
Yeah.
could see him in my phone and I was like, so I turned around and said, join our, subscribe to our channel. And then he goes, Gen X. He goes, what's before Gen X? And we're like, boomers. He goes, what's before that? And then I forgot what we said what it was, like the greatest generation. He goes, before that. And we're like, I don't know. He's like, that's me. That's my generation. That was great.
He stayed. That guy stayed in
Right.
character
He
the
was
whole
funny
time.
though.
He was funny.
And then we saw him again, remember? And he's like, hi, Gen X. Bye, Gen X.
Hey, oh, Gen X. It was so
That
funny.
was funny.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Oh, man.
Yeah. So we had a great time, and it was the day was perfect.
Hmm.
Not a cloud in the sky,
Hmm.
and the weather was cool. It was a perfect day to be at a theme
At
park.
a theme park, yeah,
Yeah,
definitely.
so that was a lot of fun. That was day 2
Right.
of Universal
Hmm.
Studios.
Day
3
three.
was the main reason that I went over to LA, and
Hmm.
that was to catch the Lisa Take You Home tour concert, her 40th anniversary.
Hmm.
So we went to the mall,
Oh yeah,
and
first. Yeah, we
first,
ate, yeah, because it's
and we had lunch at the Cheesecake Factory, and I was introduced to avocado rolls, and they were
avocado egg
delicious.
rolls. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, avocado egg rolls, and they
Yeah.
were good. They were
I know.
delicious.
I
And
know.
so if I ever decide to go to the
Hmm.
Cheesecake Factory again, I will definitely order
Have
that.
that.
Hopefully, it's on the menu over here. I
Oh,
don't know if
it
it's
should be.
everywhere.
It's a staple. I remember having that years ago, more than 20 years ago, and I loved it so much I had to learn how to make it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, you gave me the
I
recipe for
gave you
that.
yeah, I mean, I usually I don't, I don't like to cook or anything, but that was just something I have to make it. So I actually found out the ingredients and made it. And so hopefully you'll make it soon,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
it's so good.
So, we ordered Cobb
Hmm.
salads, and I
They were
ordered a
huge.
they
Phew.
were huge. I didn't even eat it. I just brought it home to have for dinner before the concert,
Hmm. Hmm.
and I
Yeah.
was glad that I did. So, and then pineapple upside down cheesecake, and
Mm.
it took me like 2 days to eat that. I mean, and it wasn't the whole cheesecake, it was just a
A
slice.
slice. Yeah, it's very rich though. Very good.
Very rich. It took me about at least 2 days.
So that was a good morning, and we rested a little bit, and
Yeah, we took it easy. We went and got in a hot tub.
oh, right, right. That was nice and relaxing.
It
Yeah,
was nice and
so
relaxing,
relaxing.
and, yeah, that was perfect, and the weather was, on point,
Hmm.
and then, then we, got dressed, and then we went to the concert, and that took about almost an hour to get there, maybe
Yeah.
40 minutes.
Yeah, by the time we parked and everything and walked over, it was like perfect timing and
Yep.
yeah.
It was at the YouTube Theater in Inglewood. Is it
Yeah.
Inglewood?
Yeah,
Okay.
Inglewood, yeah. And we took some pictures out front. Yeah, it's a pretty nice theater and we had floor
Oh, yeah.
seats.
We
Yeah,
had floor seats and we had a great
view.
view, and the Mary Jane girls,
They were so
the
good.
the Jets,
They were very good.
they were very good. Color Me Bad
Mhm,
was there,
mhm.
Montel Jordan,
Very good.
uh, Evelyn Champagne King,
Very good.
and then Rob Bass. That was the
He was good
lineup.
too.
That was the
Yes.
pre-show
Mhm.
before Lisa
Mhm.
came on
Yeah.
at the very end in the finale, and
Yeah.
it was a really great
So much
time.
fun.
Oh yeah, it was like a party in there.
Yeah.
We had a great
It
time.
was great. Great. Oh my
Yeah.
God.
So
Yeah.
it was worth it. It was worth going.
Totally. Totally. Yeah. That was
Yeah.
her first show of her concert series here in
Yes.
LA. Yeah, she's got a lot more in other cities and other people joining in, but I'm so glad that we went to that because it was so much fun.
It was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Yep. And day four, we went,
Oh.
first stop was Chinatown.
Hmm.
And I was introduced to pork buns,
Yeah, these barbecue pork buns. Yeah, they're
barbecue pork buns.
legendary.
I had two of them, and they were so good. I'd have
They
eaten
are
the whole
good.
box if you let
Oh
me. It
man,
was good.
I had to put it in the back. So you were like,
I didn't dare
I
ask,
know,
you
I'm
know.
just kidding. No, they're so good though. Yeah. Long's
So,
Pastry, Long's Family Bakery or Long's Family Pastry, something like that. I'm sure
mhm.
LA people know about it because
Yeah,
there's always a line
Chinatown.
out there. Remember there's a line? Yeah, it's always a line.
Yep, yep, and,
Yeah.
then after that, we went to Griffith
Mm,
Observatory, and
mhm,
from there, we got a really nice view of the Hollywood sign
mhm,
and the mountain, and so we took pictures of that. Even though it was still quite a distance,
mhm.
that was pretty much the best vantage
Yeah.
point.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Mhm,
Yeah.
and then we met some people along the way. Ironically, we met, an LA local who had a friend visiting from Florida
Florida.
as well.
He was so funny. We're like, where are you from? He's like, Boca, Boca Raton. Yeah, and the coincidence was they were in school together also.
Yeah,
They were former classmates. We were like, what? This is so
yeah,
funny. And then the young lady, she's like, oh, let's take a picture together. So
yeah.
it was nice.
So
It was fun.
I so yeah, that was a lot of fun. I didn't catch her friend's name,
Mm.
but
Her
her name
name, yeah,
was
I have her name. Her name's Cindy. Yeah, I have it.
Cindy.
Yeah, hmm,
Hmm.
yeah, very
Yep.
nice. Yeah, yeah, pretty cool.
Yeah. So shout out to them.
Yeah,
It was nice meeting
yeah,
you.
definitely.
So, but yeah, and then after that, we went around the observatory. We looked down at LA and Beverly Hills, and we rode through Beverly Hills and Rodeo Drive.
Hmm. Hmm.
And I was like, wow, this looks a lot like Florida. Hey, sorry, sorry, it did. It looked like a lot like a neighborhood near where I
It's
live.
glitzy, kind of glitzy, not like
Yeah.
Hollywood Boulevard.
No, I mean they had, upscale houses, but there were
Hmm.
older houses
Hmm.
as
Yeah.
well. Some of them were new and some was really cool architecture, but some of them was obviously
Hmm.
from a bygone era.
Hmm.
And some of them were not all that big. I expected super duper mansions, which there were a few, but the roads that we were on,
Hmm.
there were more of the, uh,
Normal kind of home. See,
yeah,
I don't know my way around Beverly Hills. Sorry. Otherwise, I would have taken you to those areas. But
yeah.
yeah, I was just like going around. Yeah, we were on
We
Sunset
didn't,
Boulevard too. I remember.
yeah,
Yeah. Hmm.
we didn't buy anything in Rodeo Drive.
Yeah.
That's like
Couldn't afford anything.
way beyond.
Oh
I
my
might,
God. And then
I
after
buy a
that, uh
pair of socks for
oh
whatever it
yeah,
costs
that's
for my
right.
annual salary.
No,
And
and then after that we worked up an appetite. Then we went to eat at Damasi's buffet. It's a Mediterranean buffet, which I think is probably one of your favorite
that was a
meals.
dream come true. I didn't know there was such a thing as a Mediterranean buffet, and they had everything. And
Yeah,
I mean everything.
so good. I love that
And
place.
yeah, I'm gonna have to get in touch with Demasi's. If anybody from Demasi's headquarters is listening, please
Yeah.
come to Florida because that's not fair. You need to be in Florida.
Yeah, they're in Texas, LA, but yeah, I mean, I could see them doing really well. Yeah, I thought you would have
You would
contacted
do
them like, 3 or 4 times already. You were
you would
like
do
loving it.
really well here.
Hmm.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, we desperately need you here.
I
Thank you.
know, it's so good. I go there. I try to go there at least once a month or once every other month. Yeah. But we ate
I
so
would.
much. We couldn't do anything after that. I was just so full.
No, oh my gosh.
I
I
was
thought
like,
I
oh,
was gonna pop.
I was like,
Eh,
I need to lay down.
that I mean, I couldn't get enough, but I was
Yeah,
like, my body says, "Yeah, you have
yeah,
enough."
yeah, yeah. It
Just
was so good.
stop, Maggie. Stop before you die. So,
Yeah, and then the next day, the fifth day, you had one meal. Well, you had a snack at my house, I think. You had
mhm.
mangoes. I remember mangoes and some yogurt and
I
banana. Yeah.
yeah, you had a stash of mangoes in your fridge, and I about ate half of them.
They're
One
good
every
mangoes.
day.
Yeah, they were really good.
They were good mangoes. Yeah. And so I tried your mango sticky rice,
Oh, that my son made.
um,
Yeah.
that morning. Yeah.
That's right. I remember.
And, I had that, and then before my flight, my last meal in LA was the same as my first meal in LA, which is In-N-Out
Yeah.
Burger.
It was a perfect ending to a perfect trip, you know, and yeah, it was, yep, great.
And that took me all the way home.
5 hours, 5 hour
I was
trip.
like, "Oh, 5-hour trip." Yep.
Yeah.
But yep, it was good. It was a wonderful trip. The weather was perfect
Hmm.
for sightseeing, and the traffic situation, their reputation did not disappoint,
It's
but
true. It's true what they
it is
say.
what it is.
Yeah. It's very
It is
true
what
how
it
bad.
is. Yeah, we got to see a lot of things. We got to see the Disney
Oh,
concert
concert hall.
hall,
That's right. Took you
and
around
so
downtown.
we went through downtown, and so we had I got to see a lot, and a lot of things that I was like, wow, this is pretty cool. A lot of things that most people don't know about. Most people know about the surface stuff,
Hmm.
Hollywood, really, but other than that, there are a lot of things there in LA that the average person has never heard of.
Hmm. Yeah.
The locals appreciate it, but tourists like me, we want to see the Walk of Fame and the Hollywood sign
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
all of that. And I
Mhm.
got to see all of that, and that was a wonderful trip. Thank you.
No, thank you for coming. I'm so glad you made it out. Believe me, I was like, she's got to come over here.
I
Yeah.
finally did. It's your turn now.
Hey, I filled my quota going to Florida. I've been there so many times since God, since college, even before college, I think. Yeah, I've been there many times. Yeah.
Mhm.
So yeah, you're due for another trip at least.
Okay.
Like, okay. I know you got to bring the family. It'd be
Yep.
nice. Yeah, I
Yep.
think they'll enjoy it too.
They
Yeah.
will. All righty. Well, that was my trip, and that was a lot of fun. I'm
Yeah,
glad I went.
definitely.